Ahoy! How are you? Well, I hope. So today, I thought we should talk about razors. And no, not this kind of razor, though this is a classic. Boy, let me tell you something. If you want a clean shave, look at that. It still has a blade in it. Made in Germany. Good luck finding one of these kids. Anyway, a different sort of razor today. Razors of a more philosophical construct. The most famous, Occam's razor, which most of you are probably familiar with. This is the thought that the simplest explanation is usually the best one, right? Don't make things more complicated than they need to be. The simplest explanation is most likely the truth. And this was first proposed by William Ockman, an English philosopher who actually died in like 1347. So this has really, stood the test of time for quite a long time. Next up, Hitchens' razor. What can be claimed without proof can be dismissed without proof, which is basically when someone says something wild or outlandish without any evidence, don't waste any time trying to disprove it, because the burden is on that person who made this outlandish claim. Hitchens' razor, which was basically Christopher Hitchens, who was a writer and a journalist who actually died in 2011. But you'll hear it quoted from time to time in certain circles. Next up, Hanlon's razor. Now this is basically, don't assume people are being evil when they just might be clueless or, quite honestly, stupid. So before blaming someone for bad intentions or malice, consider their intelligence. Because malice is, quite frankly, generally speaking, malice is rare, but stupidity is everywhere. And it's abundant, so, well, quite frankly, in this country. And it kind of ties into the Dunning-Kruger effect, which we've talked about before. And if you don't remember, crack a book, look it up. But I think there's something to Hanlon's razor. A lot of people say shit, and it's not that they're evil, they're just stupid. And that was proposed by Robert Hanlon, who was a writer. Now, next up is Sagan's razor. Now, this is Carl Sagan, obviously, who was the famous astronomer who died in 1996. But he basically stated that extraordinary claims need extraordinary evidence. So the bolder the claim, the stronger the evidence needs to be, which is basically saying, hey, you don't believe in magic just because Ted says it exists. You have to have proof, right? Actual proof. Anyway, those are the 4 razors in philosophy that I thought were interesting and I thought I would share with you. That's it. In this world, where you could be anything you want, you be kind, you be humble, you be forgiving, and if you want a good shave, find one of these bad boys. Bye.